Welcome to Backyards and Bevvies. Grab your favorite bevy, pull up a chair, and enjoy the ride. Hey, welcome to Backyards and Bevvies.
Hi, everybody.
Yeah, what is going on? Snow. We're in the snow. We are
in this. Literally, we are out in the snow today.
Yeah, we started a fire. So we're actually recording this the week that we're gonna air Neil's episode.
Yes.
So you're listening to this a week after the snow's probably already melted and gone.
I'm sure it'll be gone by then.
We're back to 80-degree weather in Nashville.
Probably.
All the nice things. But so we decided today though that we can't not come out here and record in the snow, and I changed the angle a little bit because I didn't really feel like the first angle. Like if you watch this on YouTube or if you're listening, we started the year off at down by our fire pit, but I didn't like the angle.
Yeah.
I thought that it just...
We're missing our big tree.
Yeah, it showed...
Our big tree.
I mean, it showcased a cool spot where like all the deer come through and you can see like
if the deer would have just made an appearance, it would have been awesome.
And that's what I was hoping for.
I know.
But
stinkers.
We got trees. We got like
trees.
Brown and gray
bushes.
trees. So today, though, obviously you're listening to this a week past Neil's episode, and that was from last year when he came to visit and stuff. And it was a really awesome episode. It was fun. We drank tequila then, but I actually brought out some tequila I got from Christmas.
Ooh.
Your mom bought me an awesome
nice bottle
to sip on and stuff. I'm gonna badger the name though.
Codigo, I think.
Yeah, Codigo. But I brought it out.
I'm not sure how it's pronounced.
I brought it out for an awesome reason. Yeah, Codigo. Wow.
Beautiful bottle.
Yeah, good stuff. Jalisco, Mexico. I think that's where most of the agave comes from anyways.
Awesome.
I think it's like champagne. You can't call it tequila
unless it
comes from a certain spot.
Oh, I didn't know that.
I'm pretty sure. Now I could be wrong, but we'll look it up. But I brought this out because we're celebrating 300 followers on Instagram.
300 followers on Instagram.
Yeah,
awesome.
We're at 15.
Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, 1,500 downloads on the podcasts by now.
Love it.
Well, I'm going to just go on a limb and say that we probably are going to get about 20.
Yeah.
So we're celebrating 1,500 downloads, 300 followers on Instagram. Thank you so much to everyone.
So great.
We're just so happy to have people listening and supporting us, and so this shot's to you. So let me pour these out and go for it.
I'll fill you guys in on the new merch that we're wearing today. We've got this awesome little beanie that I have on that we're testing out. Let us know what you guys think if you like it. We've got another one that we're going to test out in a couple weeks that we're waiting on also.
Yeah.
It'll have a little pom-pom on it. It'll be really cute.
For the ladies. Like this one's a little more guy.
Well, it looks for our listeners that aren't watching on YouTube, it looks sort of like what you would imagine a Carhartt beanie to look like. So it's definitely thicker. Thank you so much. Like a shorter, more form-fitting style beanie. And then the other one that we're waiting to come in that we'll show you guys, it's these two really cool gray colors, like a dark gray and a heather gray, and it's got a little palm on it. That'll be super cute. And then Phil has on our new black on black with white embroidery trucker hat. So you'll see on our upcoming episodes, we'll be wearing different merch pieces as we try and figure out what all we really love that we want to make available to y'all, and then we'll tell you about our Etsy store when it's ready.
Yeah. Well, and that's the thing is we're testing stuff because it would be awesome just to throw stuff out there. Nothing's ever going to be perfect. Like no matter what merch we do, like there's probably going to be a print one day that comes out like,
crooked
sideways
or something.
Or whatever.
Yeah.
But we want to try to give the best product, and that way people feel like when they buy something, it's not like they're just buying something because they know us or anything like that. We want to give out.
We want it to be quality. Like we had a sweatshirt that we ordered and that it looked great, but it fit really tight for the sizing, and then we actually washed it because we want to see if you can wash all of these things so it'll have some longevity, and it got real tight.
Real tight.
So we're not going to do that hoodie brand.
Yeah. And I really dig this black on black hat
it looks really good.
I thought that we were going to go with the custom lids, but it would have just been outpriced for what we could do.
Yeah, we're trying not to price gouge you guys.
Yeah, and so I don't know. I really dig this black on black. It
looks good.
Yeah, some cool stuff. So here, well, thank you all very much. Cheers.
Yes, thank you.
We're going to do a quick bottoms up with these.
Yes.
As I'm getting smoked out and tequila out here.
Woo.
Today's not really, I didn't really want to.
Smoked out from the campfire in the fire pit.
Yeah, we talked about champs, but I was like, I'm not in the mood because, well, for one, we're going to go get Whataburger.
We are going to go get Whataburger. It finally opened in Tennessee. We're so excited.
All my Texas friends are probably like,
yes.
Yeah, we've had that forever. But in Tennessee, not so
it's
much.
brand new.
Cheers. 300.
Woo, 300.
Here's see you guys at 400. Wow.
Ooh.
I liked it. Smooth.
Yeah. Uh-huh. It's good.
You're just not a big tequila person.
I'm not a huge tequila person.
And you're like a tequila, lime, and salt kind of person.
No. I prefer it to be chilled. It takes a little bit of that sting out. But that's good. Thanks, Mom.
Yeah, thanks, Mom. Now, to the real bevy of the week. We did, to play on that we're not at the beach.
Not at the beach, sadly.
Snow everywhere.
Yes.
Snowpocalypse hit Nashville pretty good.
Yeah.
But I found these peach vibe right before we got snowed
Celsius.
Celsius.
Such a great energy drink.
Peach vibe. But I thought it was a fun play on beach vibe, seeing that I knew we were going to be doing this in the snow. So
if you guys haven't tried these Celsiuses, they're awesome. And actually for any pregnant ladies out there, I liked this when I was pregnant because it had it has I think 200 milligrams of caffeine in the one can, and that's your daily limit when you're pregnant. So it's like, all right, I don't have to worry about how much was in that cup of coffee. Can I have another cup of coffee? Drink one of these. That's your limit for the day.
Done.
Boom.
I think the fire just kind of...
the fire just went on us.
It was doing... I built it nice up, but, it lost a little bit, so...
That's okay. We can always build it up during the show if we need to.
Whatever. I'm not too worried
the conversation.
Yeah.
It is kind of nice. It is keeping me a little more warm than I thought I was going to be. Cheers.
I kind of dig this. I'm sure you're getting smoke. You're seeing smoke. And I mean, at least you're not getting smoked out, on the podcast itself.
I mean... If there was a different kind of smoked out, I wouldn't mind it so much. But this will irritate your eyes.
Well, hopefully someone out there is having a little bit of fun. But cheers. Cheers to everyone again. Sorry for the long start, but we just were having fun today. We said, should we record? And we decided, it was definitely worth it. And it's beautiful out here. It's nice. Yeah, it's snowy.
It's cold, but it's not as cold as it was yesterday.
But I really wanted to talk today about last week we hit on goals and resolutions and all that stuff. And I was kind of fighting back and forth on what I wanted to go talk about today. And I came across something this morning that drove me to talk about what we're going to talk about today. And it's Jake Paul, and I've just recently...
Controversial public figure.
Superstar when it comes to social media and stuff like that.
Also, he was on a TV show or something, right? Didn't you tell me that the other day?
Yeah, and I didn't grow up watching him, so learning about him now
he's a bit younger than we are.
Yeah, he's way younger than us, but he's doing so much. He's and what's interesting about him is he's surrounded by a lot of potential controversy, or he has a lot of haters, or there's always someone that's going to hate you. You know what I mean?
I mean, it may be deserved. It may not be deserved. We're not here to pass said judgment.
No, and I could care less. I think the guy is a genius because I do think that there's something about people like the Kanyes, the Eminems, the Jake Pauls, they bring out competition. They bring you to do... If you're going to get on his level, you're going to have to work just as hard, right?
Right.
But the reason I'm talking about his work ethic is because he has really good work ethic. He does work exactly really what everybody talks about or wants to be. And with the thousands of life coaches nowadays, and with all the social media stars, and who do you want to follow, and how, that's a real question, though. And I could honestly say, if our little dude got older and Jake Paul was still out there in the social media limelight, I would say follow a Jake Paul.
I don't know that we know that much about him to recommend that for our little dude, but
and I say it because sure, some of his stuff could potentially be looked at as controversial, but I also do think a lot of his stuff is super, super good work ethic. he shows you himself working out. He shows you learning different techniques in fighting and doing all these things. And it's really like, name me one person that can go from being a Disney star to being not professional boxer yet, but
he's trying to be a professional boxer.
He's working his way into being a boxer.
Yeah. Do you think that that last fight that he did, there was all that social media controversy that they think that he like signaled with his hand before he knocked that guy out, that it was like predetermined?
No.
Think that's fake?
Yeah. I don't believe it.
I couldn't even see the little tell that they were talking about. I was like, it looks like he's just about to hit this guy. I don't really understand.
I don't know.
But I don't really watch boxing, so.
Yeah, do I think he took a dive now? I think that...
Well, he didn't take a dive.
Well, no, I mean the other guy. The other guy. I honestly don't. I don't. We could go back and forth and, you could rewind footage. But honestly, I just don't want to... My life, I have too many other things going on to worry about what he's faking or not faking. That's none of my business.
Yeah.
But I will say, though, that
he looked like a fighter.
But you can tell by someone who truly goes out there and works hard. He goes out there and he grinds. He grinds, he runs, he works out, you can watch the videos of him online, practice, boxing and all this stuff. So, to be honest, I don't really care. It's one of those things in life where, do I really want to waste my day looking at a video over and over again that I'm not an analyst and I could give two rats boop boop
boop boop meow meow.
So to him, I give him props for just even stepping into the ring.
I wouldn't do it.
Name me a person who would step into the ring with a professional fighter who used to be a Disney star or...
That is crazy to think that, like, he went from never, ever, ever boxing ever.
Yeah.
To one day just deciding, you know what? I'm going to be a professional boxer. I'm going to start calling out all these people who theoretically should be able to absolutely annihilate me in the ring.
Well, his brother... went and fought Floyd Mayweather.
Oh, that was his brother that did that?
Logan.
So they're both doing it.
So, but take that into consideration. Just say, well, like, would you even have the cojones to even, like, fake box a boxer?
No. I would want nothing to... I don't need my face rearranged.
So whether you like the guy or not, that's not the point. The point is that what he's doing day in and day out is he's proving to people that if you really, really, really want something, you can achieve it, or at least you can try it. Like, so to even say that you got in the ring with Floyd Mayweather or some of these, like, professional fighters, I mean, that's a giant step. So watching his thing this morning really cracked me up because he shows you how to be a human in the giant sense that, so many people worry about all these other little details of life and, like, they get caught up in other people's drama. Watch his stuff. He doesn't care. He's doing him, which I think is such a cool thing. And that's why I say, for our little dude, would I say follow a person like him? Absolutely, because what he's doing is he's allowing the haters to hate, and he's still moving forward. Which, now, thinking about it, so watching the video, what he was doing was he was at a Lakers basketball game, and he was eating a hot dog, eating a big bowl of popcorn, living his life, not caring. And that's really...
like in between training for fights or something?
Exactly. So to me, it's like, whoa, okay, hold on. So many people right now are either crash dieting or doing these hardcore things. But there also has to be treat days, and he's allowing...
Did you just say treat days?
Yeah. So I don't like to use the term cheat.
Okay.
Because I feel like it's a negative term.
It is definitely a negative term, 100%.
Like, if you treat yourself to something, it's because
it's a reward.
It's a reward. Like cheating, well then what? Are you hiding it?
Yeah.
Are you going to the gym 6 days a week?
Yeah, cheating makes it sound like you're doing something bad.
Yeah, so no, but...
Treat is something you deserve.
Exactly, and he's right out in public showing you, like, I'm 6 days a week or 7 days a week, or maybe for 6 months, I'm training as hard as I can. Boom, 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 in the gym, running, whatever. I don't know his routine, but I'm sure it's pretty, he looked good.
Yeah.
So... All right, so now let's take away some verbs. Or are they verbs, right? Like a diet is a verb.
To diet, yes.
To diet is a verb, yeah. Okay,
Yeah.
so like let's take that word out and just say like, I live a healthy life 6 days a week, and on Sundays when the football game is on,
it's my treat day.
Treat myself to some beer and some nachos, and I don't allow myself to get caught up in this thing that when I fail, then I fail harder than if I just allow myself to know, like, well, today I'm going to go out and have some nachos with the guys or the girls. And then, Monday, I'm going to go back into the gym and, I'll be I'm going to continue my routine, but I'm not going to allow, like, one day to ruin me, you know?
Well, what I really love about calling it a treat day instead of a cheat day is the mental game completely changes, like you said, when you change that word, because it changes the connotation overall of what you're doing. It's not that you are going behind your healthy lifestyles back to have these unhealthy things. It's, I'm doing a great job. I'm working hard.
Yeah.
I have earned this.
Yeah.
I deserve a reward, not, well, I've been working really hard, but I kind of want to give up. So this is the way that I'm going to sneakily give up for one day. And then I'm going to go back to working really hard. For me, mental health wise, that's a game changer.
Yeah.
Because you're not automatically putting yourself in a negative mind space where you're like, oh, it's my cheat day. You know, you're excited to have a cheat day, but there's definitely that little bit of guilt.
100%.
But with a treat, you don't feel the guilt. You just feel I've earned this. This is exciting. This is a reward. It's a celebration for my hard work.
Well, also, too, when you use the term cheat, I think it allows you to, on a Tuesday, go into the pantry and cheat a little. Because you're like, oh, well, I mean, technically Sunday I'm going to do the same thing.
But you're not going to treat a little because you have to earn that.
Yeah. So
I love this.
It is a little different mentality, in my opinion, when you start to think about it as a treat day. On the road, I toured with some people and we used to call it treat yourself meals. You know, like we would go like a month or, like 3 weeks of just brutal hard work. And then we would go out to, a pretty expensive dinner, but we would treat ourselves to something. This. Yeah, like we earned this dinner, and tonight not only are we gonna eat, we're gonna drink, we're gonna smoke some ciggies or a stogie or whatever it is. And tomorrow when I'm in my hotel room hurting, I earned today.
I earned this hurting.
But you can't allow that cheat to become a daily, or you can't allow yourself to start something and then be like, oh, well, whatever. I cheated a little last Sunday. What's another little thing? No, you still have to have consistency.
100%.
Like, and that's why I'm talking about like someone like Jake Paul is like someone to look up to, regardless of what you have heard of him or anything like that. Just watch him on social media. He's a powerhouse. He works his butt off for, let's say, 6 months, goes in, does something that's super hardcore, and then allows himself maybe 2 or 3 weeks of just having fun, allowing himself to decompress, allowing all of that stuff that you've been doing to just kind of go to the wayside for a minute, and then gets right back into it. And then not only does it again, but calls out someone bigger. Right. So to me, like if you started to adopt a mentality like that, where you're like, okay, this week, or for the next year, I'm going to work out 6 days a week. But on Sundays, I'm going to allow myself, not a whole cheat day, but I'm going to allow myself, or treat yourself.
Day, yeah.
I'm going to allow myself to enjoy going and hanging with my friends and not get caught up in this, like, did I count every one of these little nachos I ate, or how many chicken sliders?
Yeah.
Treat yourself. Have fun. But then Monday,
moderation
be prepared to, Well, and that's why, like, I think dieting is such a bad word, because, well, you're just telling, okay, let me reverse this. As a kid, being told no, what are you going to do? You're just going to go
do what
do
you're
it.
not supposed to.
Yeah. So a diet is, in my opinion, just a big no. Like, don't do that. Don't touch that. Don't eat that. Don't look at that. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do,
True.
And it just wears on you.
Yeah.
I mean, I get it. Like, all right, if you're truly trying to be 4% body fat for the rest of your life and you are like aspiring to be the next David Goggins, well, then you got to go very hard.
Right.
You
Extremely.
better go to the most extreme, like Jocko, read any of their books. Watch those guys online. They're a completely different beast.
Right.
But if you want to do some really extreme stuff, but then give yourself a week of treating or a day of treating, follow someone like, the Jake Pauls of the world. And what's really cool about him, and this might be hard to say because social media is so hard to tell if someone's being honest, but I feel like he's living an honest life, because if I had $100 million or however much money he has,
I don't think it's that much.
Well, whatever. He has enough millions of dollars to where he's flying around in private jets, and he's not acting as if he's some like superstar, like guest speaker, or not guest speaker, but what is like a coach speaker? He's not like trying to be your
motivational
motivational. There it is. He's not trying to be a motivational speaker. He's just trying to show you, like, whatever, cool. You want to do something? Here it is. Do it. Go sign up for it. Go put yourself out there.
Yeah.
Call someone out. Try hard. Work hard, and then go play hard. I think that's. I mean, in my opinion, I think that I would much rather look to someone like that than to, I see it all the time, these people online that are coaches, and you're like, yeah, but you're a coach, but you were already like in shape, like I want to see someone that goes from like not being in shape.
You want to see somebody make the transition.
Oh, I want to see a
be there for the full story.
Yeah, I want to see a transformation. And what's a better transition than a Disney superstar turning into a boxer?
Yeah, that's pretty wild. Well, and I think, and again, I can't remember which one of the brothers is more controversial than the other, but from what I recall, they've both had their controversies.
Oh, but who hasn't?
But exactly. That's exactly what I was going to say.
You just got
I am covered in ash from the fire.
The wind picked up.
It did. If it goes in my eyeballs, I'm going to have to go inside and rinse out my contacts. The struggle.
They both have controversy. I think Logan was the one that was originally on YouTube that went to the suicide forest.
Oh, was that Logan?
Yeah, I think so. But again, I don't waste my time daily caring about someone else's drama. I just look at them because I'm online all the time now, so I have the ability to kind of at least judge what someone's doing social media-wise.
Right.
Like, still, I have no idea if he goes home and hates everything about his life. He might, he could be the best actor in the world, but the best actor in the world is still getting in the ring with someone and fighting.
Yeah, it's definitely impressive.
So you can't deny the guy those kind of credits.
Well, you've got to give him points for tenacity, because he set a goal, went out there, crushed that goal, and is like, well, I actually really enjoy this. I'm going to keep doing it.
Yeah, and it's consistency too. So now, like, if you watch his things, not only is he calling out some of the biggest fighters, he's like, well, you know what? Cool. If you don't want to come fight me in a boxing ring, well, then I saw him throwing kicks. Like, he's learning how to
kickbox?
I think become a MMA.
Of kickbox.
Well, it's part of all that stuff.
Yeah, part of MMA.
But I mean, think about that. That is exactly what people talk about. Like, oh, I wish I had that life. Well, then
you gotta go get it.
Do you know what you have to do that?
Yeah, you have to
hustle. Push yourself to extremes.
100%.
And extremes, though, he's showing you like the opposite side to an extreme. Like, because like I brought up David Goggins. David Goggins will tell you, like, well, if you want to get to this level, and he's the one that is the ex-Navy SEAL. He wrote the really I forget the name of the book. It's an awesome book.
We'll link the book in the YouTube links. But yeah, I was going to say, tell our listeners about David Goggins.
He's super inspirational. He went from being an overweight pest control guy who grew up who had a really, really hard life. Like, I mean, his story is absolutely phenomenal. But he's the 1% of the 1% that is showing you what you can do. But he's taking it to now the 1% of the 1%.
Yeah,
of the 1%.
he takes it to the extreme level that For most of us, is not attainable, nor do we want to attain.
Well, he found a love, and what his love is these extreme conditions, and so like he holds the record for pull-ups. He did like in Nashville, I think he came and did like 4,000 pull-ups.
Goodness.
It might have been broken by now. He's run a 24-hour race. Like someone told him like, oh, you can't do that. You have to train for like years. And he just went out and did it. And like,
it was like 100 miles or something like that, right?
He didn't finish it. He didn't win the race, but he still finished it.
Yeah.
And
crazy.
So through this like story, he's created this following because he truly does show you like, okay, well, here's the most extreme. And if I can do it and come from being like a bug guy that was overweight and I think he went through the SEALs twice.
Wow.
He also then went to go try to be like not Green Beret,
a Ranger?
Delta.
Oh.
It was either Ranger or Delta. One of those really, big up to the Army and Marines, the whole armed services, but one of those, super special forces. And I don't think I might be wrong if I say it, but I don't think he finished that because he got hurt again or something like that. But he's consistently gone out, failed, and then gone back and then accomplished something. So he's interesting in that way, but he shows you like he's on the opposite. He does not cheat. He does not treat. He does not treat himself. He does not do a lot of the things that these other guys do.
He's a glutton for punishment. That is his treat.
That is his treat. So yeah, like after he finishes a 24-hour race, he goes to the gym.
Yeah.
That's hardcore, and not many.
That's not me.
Very, 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 very few people in the world will do that.
Right.
But what we've talked about a lot on this show is that the fact that people will do hard things though. Like I wake up every day at 4:30 and work out.
You do.
And it's 4:45 now. I've actually shifted it because I don't have to make the drive anymore.
Good for you.
But it's still 4:45. I wake up, boom, get out of bed, brush my teeth, go out there, feed the cats, start working out.
Yep.
It's hard. It sucks. It's not fun, but it keeps me in shape. Do I have a six-pack right now? No.
But you're definitely in better shape than me.
Can I do 300 push-ups a day? Sure. Can I do, so I'm doing things, and that's kind of like what Jake Paul is showing you. And I think that that's the coolest thing in the world is that he's showing you like, cool, whatever. So you went out Sunday and got hammered with the boys and took a bunch of beer bongs and 14 shots of Fireball and whatever. Like, you had a blast. Well, okay, we'll get up Monday and go back to working hard.
Get back at it.
Yeah,
Yep.
and so that's what my point was when I brought him up today. It wasn't like, whatever you think about him, fine. I don't care. I could care less if you like him or not. That has nothing to do with me, and I'm sure he could care less either.
Right.
But what I'm trying to prove is that there is this ability to go outside of yourself and still have fun, still do the things that your friends are doing if that's what you want to do, or just sit on the couch one day and watch Finding Nemo.
Love that movie.
I know, that's why I brought it up. But I think that that's awesome. I don't know. I think a lot of people probably hate on him, and
and unfortunately, people like to hate on anything now. Well, it's like people's favorite pastime is just to hate on each other. It's the craziest thing what people are doing to each other now.
Yeah. It's sad because there are... Sure, there's a fair amount of people that probably deserve to just be like, hey, let's not pay attention to them.
Yeah, but nobody deserves to just be...
But hate is just a hard word.
Outright hated on or canceled or...
Hate's a hard word.
Everybody makes mistakes. We should be allowed to attempt to come back from those mistakes.
Everybody deserves a couple, second chance, at least a second chance. Third chance, that's to be discussed. But I do think that there's something to be said in the world right now with all the social media and all the ways that people can communicate. It's just everyone is very opinionated and everyone thinks that they're correct. And that's why
that's the biggest problem.
Yeah.
Everyone thinks their opinion is fact.
Yeah. Well, and that's
opinion is not fact.
But if you follow like Jake or some of these other guys like him, they're not dropping fact bombs. What they're dropping is fun. And that's why I think, again, someone like him is really good to follow online because he's not trying to... He's not calling you out. What he's doing is he's calling everybody else out that tries to be righteous maybe or tries to throw a little like well, this is my thing and I'm going to do it this way and no one else is ever going to beat me. And he's like, oh, I'll beat you.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that that's one of those really cool traits about certain people is that he has the ability to get under the people's skin that deserve to be a little, like, get a little scratch here every once in a while. Like, all right, well, maybe I
don't know about deserve necessarily,
okay,
but he does have the ability to get under people's
maybe
skin.
Deserve is the wrong word,
yeah.
But it is good to push the boundaries. Like Elon Musk is another person that I really appreciate I don't know him. So all these people, I don't know. I'm just talking about from what I can tell news media wise versus social media versus tweets or whatever I see. And I think Elon is one of those guys where I don't know anything about him other than I think that he pushes the boundaries. Mm-hmm. I think that that's what it takes, though, in life is to have someone that can show you that pushing the boundaries isn't necessarily always a bad thing when it's kind of going to a good purpose.
Yeah.
And someone like Jake, he's not pushing the boundaries because he's telling everybody to go out and be a professional or a semi-pro or whatever, boxer, MMA fighter. He's telling you, well, look, this is what I want to do. And if I can do it, then if you want to just get up in the morning and go run a mile, go do it.
Yeah.
So that's my 2 cents on the Jake thing. But it really blew my mind this morning when I watched him just huffing down a hot dog, and they were kind of giving him a hard time. Like, I think it might have been his girlfriend filming it. Yeah, it was just a fun video, and he was just in there with a giant bowl of popcorn.
Good for him. Giving himself a treat. I think moderation over dieting, at least for me personally, that is the key to me being healthy or losing weight or whatever. It's not so much saying no to everything or removing everything. It's just having less.
Yeah.
So that it's a healthy amount.
Yeah. Well,
or removing it and then having it only on one day of the week or, as a reward or whatever the case may be.
And we've chatted about this a few times. I probably touched on it on the show a few times, but you've had high blood pressure over the last year.
Lucky me. Mm-hmm. Yes.
And one of the things that you've noticed is that, sure, like you've been taking the little pills to help you, but the days that you've also haven't taken them or, missed because of whatever, you just forgot or got busy with life, you're now regulating it because you're regulating it with how you eat.
Yeah, I definitely, that is a change that I had to make to my nutrition, not diet, but to my nutrition in general, is watching my sodium intake. And it's funny when, after you have not had something for a while, or at least have moderated it to where you're not having very much for a while. Now, when I taste something that has a lot of salt in it, oh my gosh, it's like, like my, taste buds. Yeah, I was about to say the things on my tongue. I couldn't think of the word. Like my taste buds feel like they're being burned, like they're like a slug, and you put salt on the slug. So it definitely, over time, if you don't have very much of something, you don't end up wanting that thing as much as you used to. But it's made a huge difference. And total random side note. But another thing that's made a big difference with my blood pressure, for anybody else out there that has high blood pressure, is actually oral health care. So my dentist, when I went, I don't know, 6 months ago, whenever my last checkup was, told me that the health of your mouth is directly related to the health of your heart. Yeah. Because, like, I don't know, plaque or anything like that may be in your mouth, it travels through your bloodstream and obviously then goes through your heart. So things that you wouldn't think are tied to your health are tied to your health. It's pretty crazy. Or just drinking, like we discovered yesterday, too much alkaline water changes the overall pH of your body and can eventually cause issues with like how your stomach processes food, because it causes a buildup of acid because you've changed your pH. I mean, moderation in all things.
Yeah. Well,
is the key.
Your like you said, your mouth is a very important thing in life in general. Do you know one thing that it'll to help you not get? A punch to the face.
A punch to the face?
Like
what?
like if you some people don't watch what they say. Well, it comes out of your mouth.
Oh my goodness! Random segue.
So like
a punch to the face.
A punch to the face.
Oh, I thought we were talking about food. Okay.
Well, how some people say, "Watch your mouth."
Yeah, watch your mouth is right. Moderation in all things, especially how you talk to others.
Hey, there we go. There we go.
Boom.
Moderation.
Tied it all together.
That was as we came out here. That was the thing that I talked about was moderation versus diet. You can say no all day long. Try it. You're gonna eventually cave to something. Sure, maybe you never smoke again, or maybe you never have a drink again. Great on you, but try dieting one of your little candies or something. Like you're a gummy bear fiend. Could you imagine never having
I've gotten better.
But could you imagine never having a gummy bear again?
I can imagine it. I wouldn't necessarily like it, but I can imagine it. There's no way
you would make it.
I would make it.
No way.
I could do it.
No way.
I wouldn't want to, though.
No absolute way.
I wouldn't want to, though.
But that's the point, though, is that I
think I might have worn myself out on gummy bears.
But why should you put yourself through something like that? If you like gummy bears, then have a gummy bear.
Yeah.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Just don't have all the gummy bears.
Just don't eat a 5-pound bag at once. Speaking of funny things with gummy bears, though.
Uh-oh.
Have you ever gone online and looked up, I think it's Haribo sugar-free gummy bear?
Yes, on Amazon. Oh my gosh, so terrible. So terrible. Do not eat the sugar-free ones.
If you're ever in the mood to have a really raunchy laugh.
Yeah. It's pretty gross, but it's pretty funny.
It is pretty funny.
Yeah.
So, have you, speaking of diets, other than the time we did keto really hardcore, have you ever dieted?
Not really.
Yeah.
No. I mean, at least not like hardcore that I can remember doing. I tried when I was living in Boston with some of my girlfriends. We tried a fad diet at the time. It was one of those like a cleanse, I guess, maybe, where it's like lemon juice, cayenne pepper, maple syrup, and water, and you're supposed to just survive on that for like 10 days.
10 days?
I think I made it a day, and I was like, and no, I do not dislike the way I look enough to go through
it. Are you supposed to
it tasted so bad.
How many times a day were you supposed to drink it?
I don't know, whenever you were hungry, I guess. I don't remember. It was not good. I've seen cleanses like that.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, detoxifying cleanses and things like that can be really good for you. But using a cleanse as a diet, not healthy. No, and I think we just didn't know enough about it. And that's what we were trying to do. And it didn't go over well.
Was this before you were about to do that big sorority video shoot that I found online?
That is okay. Don't lie to our listeners, because number one, that video shoot you refer to happened at a different chapter, like 20 years after I was in college. Okay, no, it hasn't been that long since I've been in college, like 10 years. After I was in college.
I still love to think, though, that in that video I can see you somewhere.
You can't, but it's impossible.
I know it's impossible.
You and your imagination are out of hand.
I do have a pretty awesome imagination.
Vivid.
I will say, though, that video is one of the funniest videos, and every time I get drunk, I play it for you.
It's you guys, it's this like rush video for a sorority chapter that's on YouTube, and it is so bad. So unbelievably bad, but it's pretty funny. We'll put that in the links as well on YouTube so you can check it out.
The best part of learning that you were in a sorority was that then I came to find out that the godmother
is in the same sorority as me.
So one night I got drunk, and I think I blasted that out in a group text message like, oh my gosh.
Yeah, you tried to badger us into teaching you our secret handshake, but we haven't taught you. Kappa Kappa Gamma for life.
Oh man. When's the reunion?
I mean, they probably have it every year. I haven't been back in a minute.
They haven't invited you?
I'm invited to all the things. We live far away from Massachusetts.
Oh, true. You'd have to go all the way up there.
I'd have to go all the way.
They don't have like a big Like
No, there's not like a nationals like hang or something. There's way too many.
I mean, that'd be pretty funny though.
Yeah. Maybe my high school 20-year reunion, I think, is going to be this summer.
Oh, man.
So maybe we'll go swing by my college also. I know.
Are we going to that?
Of course we're going.
Oh, man.
I got to go show off my arm candy. Are you kidding?
I didn't go to mine. You have to do some sweet talking.
We're going. Here's the sweet talk. Guess what we're doing this summer?
Wow. Well, I guess we have our hands full of. I mean, we're gonna have to be in.
We got to get reunion ready.
So this is like our Jake Paul fight. Like we got to get fight ready.
Get ready. We got to get reunion ready.
All right. What is do I need to work on any drinking?
No.
No.
You'll be able to drink everybody at the table.
Can I just get hammered and talk to everyone?
No.
Please. Oh my gosh. I'm gonna go just stand at the bar and put the vibes out.
And put the vibes out for what?
And just talk. So people just want to
come over. People will love you.
Just want to come over and talk to me. I'll just be like, oh, I'll tell them stories.
I'm putting out the come talk to me vibes.
It's like, the Dumb and Dumber. Where he's like, I'm just going to stand over here at the bar and put the vibes out.
And put the vibes out.
I've never been to a high school reunion.
I haven't either. I missed my 10-year.
I missed my 10-year. I don't think we had a 20-year because of the Rona.
The Rona, yeah. Supposedly we're having one this summer.
Would you do a virtual one?
No. What is the point of that?
Everybody just sits in their living room and gets hammered?
No, absolutely. That would be horrible.
You just see the little red square popping up.
Like a couple hundred people on a Zoom together. Like, what have you been doing?
That'd be the chattiest thing.
Horrible.
I would leave the house.
Immediate mute.
Oh, yeah, I would close your computer.
Not available.
I would do you the favor and close your computer.
Thank you. That sounds terrible.
All right. High school reunion. Wow.
Yeah.
Did you ever see that movie, Romeo and Michelle's High School Reunion?
I actually never did. Can you believe that?
I feel like you being a sorority, you should have watched it.
What does being in a sorority have to do with a high school reunion?
They're just kind of poppy like that. Well, no, actually, they were kind of nerdy in the movie. Never mind. I don't know. I just figured that you should have been.
Haven't seen it.
Should have watched it.
Well, maybe we'll have to watch that tonight.
No, I don't think I'm
not any good.
I don't think I'm ever rewatching that movie.
Noted. Noted.
All right. Well, okay. So we have that to get ready for. What else do we have to get ready for then?
This year?
Yeah. We have a podcast movement to go to. Yeah, I could care less about summer.
We do have a podcast movement to go to in August. That'll be cool.
So we'll go north and then we'll go over to the podcast movement and see what we can do, learn some stuff, learn how to be podcasters better.
Well, hopefully by the time August rolls around, hopefully our whole game plan of treats, not cheats, and motivation and moderation and our 1% better every day. I'm excited to see what we're like come August and be able to look back on us now and be like, look how far we've come.
Well, we're documenting it.
We set goals and look at what we've been able to do. Yeah. I've still been battling some sickness over the past couple of weeks, so I'm really looking forward to getting back in shape and going back to spin on Monday. I'm ready.
Down with the sickness?
Done.
You're done.
I've been down with it, but I'm about to be done with it. Yes.
Yeah.
Dirt. You're so funny.
I'm looking forward to getting my rower. I've been waiting for that for a little while.
Yeah, I know. It's been quite the ordeal.
Yeah, but whatever. It's coming.
It's all good.
So yeah. So then I'm gonna get to row.
Get your cardio going. Yeah.
One thing that I have been reading about that I've been wanting to do is build a blog.
Okay.
But not like a long blog. Like I've been reading a couple other people's blogs, and they're very motivational. I thought it'd be fun to take a daily quote and just give my a one paragraph.
I like that idea.
Cool. Take someone's whatever. Take a David Goggins quote or something, and just give everybody or anyone that wants to read it a quick. Just my take on it, because
how you're gonna apply that quote.
Yeah, and I've been journaling again, but
awesome.
But I've been journaling on this different thing that isn't, because I was doing a whole page.
You were
I was writing a whole page journal, and the one thing that I realized though that it started to become repetitive. I was just writing the same thing, and so I was like, you know what? I think I need to stop and I need to reassess. and work on stuff. So I found this thing called like the G code. It was just off of this guy that I was following, and what it is it's like a quick, like 5-minute answers.
Okay.
Or not 5-minute answers. It's just a quick like, what are you grateful for? What did you learn today? What like, and I just think it's really cool. And there's 2 like yes or no buttons that, you hit like, did you follow your diet and did you work out today?
Nice.
And it scores you. Now, I think it's really cool doing it this way for a little while, and I might only do it for, 6 months to a year or something. But I think it's pushing me to look at a little other things deeper inside of me, because the journal was taking me to be more truthful about things to myself.
Yep.
Well, now that I'm being truthful with myself, now I need to go even deeper.
Gotcha.
And so this gives me dedicated questions as opposed to letting my mind just kind of
wander.
Just randomly say things.
Yeah.
So I think that this pushes me a little extra in my journaling.
Awesome.
So yeah, I think that by the time we hit like high school reunion or the podcast movement in Dallas, we'll have some really cool stuff, and hopefully, like I was saying, like hopefully I can start a small blog, and something where it takes like 2 minutes to read. I don't want to do pages.
Yeah.
Because that's just, I mean,
it worked for you for a while, but I totally understand needing to change. I mean, I think that's what it's all about. You're evolving from, like you said, that person, that version of yourself who really needed to hold yourself accountable and be truthful with yourself and stuff. Like that journaling purpose has served its purpose.
Yep.
And now you're finding another outlet that's serving a different purpose.
Exactly. And that's key to, I think, life in general, is that you can only consistently do something for so long before I think you just internally need to change.
Yeah.
For when you get older, for 2, you get smarter. And I think that if you stayed stagnant the same way you were at 20, I mean, could you imagine if you kept the exact same lifestyle that you did at 20? Because it worked.
Be such a mess.
But think about that. Because it worked.
It worked then.
You like are holding on to this thing. And maybe that's why Jake Paul to me is someone that's very interesting, because, well, like think about Justin Bieber. A lot of people hate on him too. But if you look at how he's evolved, it's such a cool...
Well, he grew up. I mean, people are so hard on each other for acting certain ways, going through certain things, and it's like, I was 20, or whatever, like, let me learn.
One thing I tell people because I always get asked like, oh, who have you toured for? And one of the people I've toured with was Justin Bieber, and he was like 13 at the time.
Insane.
Baby was his, that baby song was his thing.
Baby.
I think that was the first song to hit a billion on YouTube too.
So crazy.
A billion views. It's crazy. So one of the questions that I always get asked is, well, how was he? Because he seems like a kind of a jerk. And I'm like, if you were 13 and you had $50 million in your bank account,
you'd be a jerk.
How would you act?
Everybody would be a jerk. Because you don't know any better.
Well, and
and you can have whatever you want.
And his grandparents tried really hard. Like his grandparents were out there as much as they could, but you're still on tour as a 13-year-old.
Yeah, you're experiencing a life that no one else gets to experience.
I always explain to people, I'm like, he was 13. Like, you would say, most people are going to say, oh, I wouldn't do that. You're a liar. You're the biggest, fattest liar
You're
I know.
also not being told no, because you are everyone's boss 100%, at 13. 100%. You are the boss of people who are double, triple plus your age, who literally become your yes men, because it's like, oh, well, you pay my paycheck, so
I'll let you get away with this a little bit.
It's fine. Nobody's going to know. It's fine.
Yeah, we'll figure out a way to hide it. And that's what I tell people. Whatever, who cares? Like, well, he was a troublemaker, but look at him now. He's married. He's doing all these amazing things. His music.
His Easter EP is so good.
Yeah, his music has shifted. Sure, he's still does these awesome rap songs. He'll turn around and do this awesome rap song with Drake, but then he'll go and have a song about Jesus. I think it's amazing. I think that he's done for his life is really cool. And that's why I think following people like these Jake Pauls, these Justin Biebers, is like they have the haters. They have all the things. They could be the biggest motivational. They could have you buy all these things. They could write books all day long. But what they're really doing is they're just showing you like, well, look, I did it. I changed my life. Like, you don't have to go down the same path as me, but you can take examples of that what I'm doing and apply them.
Yeah.
And so I think that something like that is like, you said it perfectly. Well, you have to evolve. And so like, if you look at Jake Paul, he's evolved really well.
Absolutely.
And he's gone from skinny little kid on Disney to a jacked boxer who is about to probably step into an MMA ring.
Crazy.
And whether he loses or not, that doesn't matter.
That doesn't matter. He put himself out there.
He's doing it.
Yeah.
And so consistency. Treat yourself.
Yep.
Consistency.
Yeah.
That's the key. That's all you can do in life.
100%. I think consistency is absolutely the key word of the day today. That and moderation.
Well, yeah. Well, and that's what we're doing on this show is, I mean, we're so far away from so many things that if I was to look at the numbers, like, I think the other day we had 1 download.
Yeah.
And it was like,
happens.
that hurts. But then you turn
around. But at the same time, it's like one person is listening to me.
But you turn around the next day and there's 70 downloads.
Yeah, and it's like, oh, okay, I had an off day.
And then you look at something like another day and you're like, oh my gosh, well, where did all these come from? And why are we all of a sudden in China?
Right. What's happening?
So there is like these days of down and whatever. But if I was to look at those every day and treat it as like, oh my gosh, this is the worst day ever, I'm going to go eat a Snickers in the closet by myself and cheat on my diet. Then I would be doing myself a disservice as opposed to like just saying, you know what, today's a rough day. Tomorrow might be a better day.
Yeah.
And I'm going to get up and I'm going to go out there and I'm going to keep trying
Yep.
and I'm going to keep putting stuff on social media, whether it drives people crazy or not, because eventually one day it'll work.
One day.
So yeah. So today's, I think, life lesson and, you know, like is about consistency, moderation, consistency.
Keep going. Don't give up.
Yeah. Don't say no. Don't put a no in front of you. You know, like dieting is not healthy. And I don't think that putting yourself into that kind of mindset is good for anything about what you're trying to accomplish in life.
Mm-hmm. I would totally agree with you.
Yeah. I don't know. It was just funny that Jake Paul was
who inspired you to think those things today?
Yeah, it was pretty just...
Thanks, buddy.
Yeah, thanks, Jake Paul. And, you know, he's on a podcast, too, which is awesome. Or, is it him or Logan? I've never listened to it. I've just seen them do it. But...
we'll have to check it out.
Yeah, I mean, nowadays, everyone has a podcast.
That's true.
Even us.
Even us.
I love it. Well, thank you so much, everyone, for tuning into Backyards and Bevvies. Remember to subscribe or follow.
Spread the word.
If you are on YouTube, hit the subscribe button. If you are on Apple or Spotify or any of those, hit the follow button, and make sure that you get the downloads every week, the midweek treats. And then, please share us. I mean, it's
tell us what your goals are this year, what your treats are this year.
Maybe that's what
let's motivate each other.
Yeah, maybe that's what I'll post up is one of those little Bitmojis, and then underneath I'll say
love
share.
Those things.
Oh my gosh, they're my favorite right now.
You do.
They're always changing, so it's hard to not love them.
Every day you're coming to me, you're like, look at this one. Oh, look at this one. They are pretty funny. They're cute.
Well, I was doing not emojis. I was doing memes for a while as our morning and afternoon, like what are they called?
Posts?
No, not a post. It's a story.
Oh, yes.
And I was trying to be all like clever and creative. But then, I don't know, I just stopped finding...
The Bitmojis are funny. They're cute.
Bitmojis are hysterical.
Like
I wish that you could put tattoos on them, though.
And you need your lip ring and nose ring, too.
My nose ring's on there, I think.
Oh, is there?
Yeah.
Oh, well, your lip ring needs to be on there.
Or maybe it's one or the other. I've looked into it. There's
need
just...
a special request. Excuse me, Bitmoji.
I've read the articles. People have already asked.
Maybe one day.
I think it's hard to like create a I guess maybe they should have like 4 different like tattoo styles. You can have like your 90s tribals.
Yep. Oh man.
Like your
yes.
arm wrapped tribals.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you can have like your early 2000 punk rock slap together,
All the randoms.
And then you can have your super artsy,
Like
fartsy, full body Japanese ones, and then you can have the new age ones, which are like
I like it.
crazy shiny.
All right, Bitmoji. Need some tattoos. Let's go.
Yeah. Come on, Bitmoji.
Love it.
All right. Well, I think it was fun to do this podcast in the snow today.
Yeah, we had a great time out here.
If you listen to this, go check us out on YouTube too.
Yeah.
Thank you so much,
See
everyone.
you guys soon.
I hope that we made you laugh a little, and we hope that you learned a little life lesson today.
Yes.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers
Bottoms
to you.
up.
Bottoms. I still have a little bit.
I do too.
How you doing? Okay, cool.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Bye, guys.
Bye. Bottoms up.
Delicious. You can do it.
Waterburger, here we come.
Whoop. See ya.
Thank you. Have a wonderful day, wonderful week.
Bye.
See you next week.